today we eat blackberries. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, yeah, we gonna wait for a few people to get up in here. Day walk, what's up? What's up? A lot better today than yesterday, that's what I'll tell you. Yesterday was a downer day. Today, though I still had my 1% increase, today was a lot better day. It's day 18 straight days streaming, so unfortunately, when I be looking at these numbers, I try not to get started too quick. But it ain't always certain to me whether or not enough people came in here. So just give it like a couple 30 seconds to a minute, and then I'll get started on today's topics. Take the poll. Take the poll. Yeah. Somebody took the poll. Probably was you, Daywalk. If it was, that's cool. I'm still young out here. That's good, man. It's good to be young. It's good to be young. Ask all the Unk and OG status. Hopefully, there's a lot to learn from the Unks and the OGs. It's a trade-off though, Daywalk. You the OGs and the Unks, they gotta learn from you guys as well. So I do my due diligence to learn any game that I can. You guys, younger guys, what is it called? I'm still young out here. They definitely see the game differently, and I remember when I was that, and I saw the game different as well. But more so today, man, things move a whole lot faster. So I got some good feedback. The other, not even the other day, today, I called a friend, one of my best friends, and I don't know why he didn't call me, but he told me he caught the replay of the stream. So that's something, man. It's like it's cool to put this stuff up. I actually started chopping up some of the streams, like the highlights, and we'll see if we could grow from there. Um, yeah, man, it's exciting. That 1%, I'm not trying to do too much. That 1% increase is working. Uh, it's okay that the subscribers are not, moving so high, but there's some metrics that I'm looking at that I am super proud of and just getting the understanding of it. So there's definitely more to come. That's really the ride that I want to be on. I mean, I do have a vision of doing larger streams, as in doing it wide format, a slightly different audience, but doing it dual at the same time. So as many people we can get in a conversation, that's cool. Depending on where we go tonight with the conversation, I'm hoping that maybe I'll drop a Discord link in the chat. Maybe we can get another voice in here. Uh, that's been pretty hard. It's been pretty hard, I tell you. I got many friends, tens of close friends. I got friends I've known for 35 years, and actually longer than that. But when it comes to the courage that it takes to get up on the internet and speak your piece, that's been a challenge. I ain't gonna lie. That's a huge challenge for the OGs and older people. So, which is actually one of the things I want to talk about. If you were hanging out with me yesterday, you got to see me struggle through a stream. I tried to get on here and play some video games. The video game part was fun, but the audio, for whatever reason, the app that I was in, it wasn't coming through super clear. But I did. I showed off my Genesis, my Sega Genesis that I've had. Honestly, I don't even know when I got this, but if you are, I'm still young out here. This is definitely older than you. This is definitely older than you. So we got on here and we played some Sega Genesis. I tried to hold on as much as I can with the audio being what it was. I didn't realize how much the audio would matter, but it definitely mattered. It'd be funny to chop up that stream to see like the highlights and the lowlights, but yeah. So we did some show and tell. The other day I got on here, and guys, if you just oh, that's cool. Your uncle has one. And if you're just joining the chat, I'm just kind of going through some of the show and tell stuff that I was doing in a couple previous streams. We had like a nostalgic vibe the whole week. The week was really about just like childhood nostalgia, right? So I'm kind of capping off the week in this OG status because it's been like a reoccurring theme. People keep calling me Unk and OG, and let's just talk about it, you know. So 2 days ago, I believe, I went and found in my garage, and I started like pulling out some basketball cards. So, you know, like there goes Shaquille O'Neal. What year is this? 94, 95. So like this is when it pays to be Unk, right? Because I had the foresight to collect basketball cards back in the day. So who knows what I have in here? Look at this, a Pat Riley. If you guys know basketball, there's a lot of good stuff in here that I got. Oh, another Shaq. I like this one. Shaq, the triple threat. And all of these cards are in really good condition. Some of them are in plastics or in glass. But yeah, I came in here and we were doing some show and tell. So if anybody wants to come in here and bring some audio, maybe we could do some Q&A. That's possible tonight. I think I could share a Discord link. We'll figure it out. Ball, yeah, ball, absolutely ball. Yeah, hold on. I'm just trying to pull up. I should have like a tablet. I noticed some of the better streamers, they have tablets on the side so that they can see what the actual numbers are. For whatever reason, man, everything moves so fast, but we're in a world where certain things they don't care to move. It's not that they can't move it, they just don't move it. You would think that I would have live real-time numbers as to what's going on, but I don't. And that's just something you got to deal with, you know. But Daywalk, if you're still in here, how was your day, man? Sorry for not asking earlier. It's good? Cool. All right, well, since you're in here, with all respect, then I guess the stream is for us. If anyone else comes in, take the poll. Talking about a few different things. If we have some good interaction in the chat, hopefully. Uh, oh, my computer just went dark for a second. If we have some good interaction in the chat, hopefully it'll bring some quality to the stream. Uh, I'm gonna just turn this music super down. I notice when I'm watching the streams back, it's cool to have music, but not the whole time. Like people wanna hear you, you know. So yeah. So let me just base it on. So it's Friday, party time. My 1% change today was I was able to, like I said, chop up. I did some editing, which was painfully hard. So those who have to edit, I mean, get through it, do what you can, but it really sucks being a smaller streamer and or just a content creator. I wouldn't say I'm there yet. I'm still enjoying myself and just being super creative. I'm not really for that label yet, but for those who are, and they're really trying, just keep up the good work, keep up hope. It's not easy to grow, obviously, and we'll just, you should help each other. I joined this stream of one of my favorite YouTubers, been watching them for years, and I had made mention of, the algorithm challenge based on the stream, like when you're trying to grow a channel, like one of the big conversations is the algorithm. And it popped up and he happened to have a video about it, just about like what did he say? Like celebration of content creators. And he thinks it's needed because it just seems like it's super hard for smaller creators to really find that edge or find the audience. So I mean, I'm throwing my name in the same hat. I want I want people to know that when I come up here, it's not easy. One, two, there is already a comfort that I have with some of the tools that I'm using, but there still is a lot of learning. So don't take it for granted. But if you want to do it, just go for it. Like we need a better etiquette on how we treat the little people. Um, Obviously, if the big dogs who seem to want to come back and grab a bag from social media or from the content creation space, they'll always be able to come back and grab the bag. What I mean by that is I was talking to a friend and we were saying, like, what if LeBron James decided I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, and we were saying how many subscribers would he have off of like one video. I think recently, and I don't know if Layla Ali had a video. If you don't know Layla Ali, she's Muhammad Ali's daughter. Was the pound for pound best female boxer at one time. When I saw her drop a video, I think she started her channel not too long ago, but it was in response to something that the was known as the quote, the greatest woman of all time. She was saying some choice words to Layla Ali, trying to kind of lure her out of retirement. Because if you lure Layla Ali out of retirement, you have a fight of the century. We've been there before. We got the old person with the young person, and they fight. They're big names, and it ain't really about pound for pound, who actually wins, because Layla Ali is would be well past her prime and also does not box seriously to date. Maybe she spars, maybe she definitely stays in shape, but she created a channel and she posted a video, and when I tell you instantly, like the amount of subscribers was on that channel was instant. Another, I think it was like 20, 30,000, like within the first hours. I watched Last week. I watched Kim Waynes, who is one of the famous siblings of just the whole Waynes family. Super famous, but mainly from like the 90s. Like this is OG status. This is Unk talk right now. And so when you see Kim Wayne's, like I subscribe, but she instantly like was getting 20, 30, 40,000 views. And I'm sure it's not easy and she deserves a whole lot more over time. But there's definitely a difference with people who don't have clout come on these platforms, they try different things. And a lot of us who aren't going outside of yourself to fake stuff or to summon some type of energy, um, let's just say like the thirst trap. Like you, if you're doing thirst traps, your channel is gonna grow like clear as day, right? If you don't know what that is, look it up. I don't want to go deep into it. I don't want to give them, like how when there's a, I don't want to say the word, but when there's a, let's say, a horrible event, and someone did the horrible event, the news tries its hardest not to expose the person's name, so that we're we're not trying to grow that side. We can't grow the thirst traps any more than we do today. That's where a lot of the energy is. They definitely are helping these platforms to get a lot of money and draw a lot of attention. But getting back to like the smaller creators, like people are definitely being weighed down by bigger creators, people that have clout outside of social media and coming back, doubling back to get the bag. And it is what it is. Like I don't think it is what it is. I don't know how, opinionated, obviously it doesn't favor me. It doesn't favor the people that I want to discover. It makes it harder to discover people. So if you're hanging out and you find yourself anything that I say entertaining, like much appreciated because it is tough to put yourself out there. And at my age, when I talk to my peers, friends, people around my age, the biggest thing is that it takes way more courage for people to do that. So I know I'm a courageous person, so I don't really have that issue going, but it's still hard. You come on here and you don't know if you're talking to, one person. One day it's gonna be 100 people, and that's kind of how you got to look at it. But yeah, if you're hanging out in the chat, I want to know if there's any particular thing that you wanted to talk about. Whether we're talking why am I calling out unk status or goats. We definitely could talk about goats, but take the poll. Let me see. I always call out the poll. So far we got one vote. We had that one vote for a while. Um, I can't vote, so it can't be two. But yeah, I mean, I like to have an interactive stream. It's very helpful. We've had them where people come in here and they have a good time, and we go back and forth. I'm a real person. I do have a Discord link if you guys wanted to jump on audio. I did have an idea to call. I was wondering why I don't hear any audio, but I think it's because I turned the sound off. I had an idea to call a friend. Um, I definitely have a very colorful, wide variety of friends. And I was thinking that, bringing them on stream just to get a different voice, a different perspective of who I am, that would definitely be helpful. But we'll see where it goes. So we've been on for, I did change up some of the controls, so I am a little, okay. I've been live for 19 minutes. Okay, so I'd like to measure that with what I see as far as the spikes to know like how deep I'm going into something, or if we're missing a buck, maybe there's not a lot of people on, maybe I'm not being pushed, which is, totally fine. You can't get around that. But I have good energy. I have good energy. So, and I hope you guys have good energy as well. So let's see. So uh if we're talking about goats, whomever is here, Daywalk, if you're still around, what kind of goats do you talk about? Do you argue about or debate about? Is there a particular goat conversation that you have? Is it sports? Is it basketball? Is it music? Is it movies and actors? Um, are you a person who likes to have a conversation about the goats? because it always seems to be a thing when LeBron James, when he retires soon enough, finally, hopefully, um, just so that I don't have nothing against LeBron James. Uh, Obviously, he is. I don't want to say he's the GOAT, but he's the GOAT of certain things for sure. Very respectable. If you wanna tell a kid to follow someone as far as what they do on and off the court, just to make sure that they have a wholesome career and build their generational wealth story, I don't think there's a better athlete than LeBron James. So definitely the greatest of all time when it comes to that. But soon enough, sorry, I was just reading a comment. Soon enough, LeBron James will be retired, and when that happens, we're gonna get the re-energization of the GOAT conversation. Um, Music, not so much. You don't get that anymore. There was a day where every conversation was about music. I remember when going back to Jay-Z and Nas, when they had their battle, that conversation must have carried for like years. Then you got Jay-Z and Lil Wayne. That conversation carried for years as well. Um, I don't hear it much anymore. I was listening to No Jumper, and they was a Say Cheese was on there, and he made a comment about how young people, they don't really look up to like rappers and music anymore. They know music, they're around music, but that's not who they look up to. Like they only look up to streamers. Like the streamers kind of run the culture at this point, which is interesting. Um, and it's an interesting change because my my upbringing, the elders that were around me, they looked up to music artists. I grew up, we looked up to music artists. So there's definitely a change that has happened at some point where music is not something that is looked upon the same. Not sure how to feel about that, but it is what it is. Just calling it out. Okay. Sorry, I just want to get this screen back up. Okay. Yeah, so if we were to run off some goats, you know, what is my favorite or least favorite? I'd rather probably start with the least favorite. Big Unk status. You be with media. Thank you, sir. Uh, did you take the poll? You be with media? Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. That must have been him. Someone is officially Unk. Man, what does that mean? Can you drop a line that makes you Unk? Can you be like the person who looks super young, but you know, like okay, let's take actors because actors, they age well. A lot of actors, or at least it appears, they age a lot better than the rest of us, right? Do you agree about that? That actors age a lot better than the rest of us? All right, let me find this window that I had up. We're gonna play a little game since we're talking unk status. I shouldn't be playing ball at the park. Oh, Mick the pick. We woke Mick the pick up. Oh no, man. Oh, Mick the pick. Think he's it. If Mick the pick, who I do know personally, that's my guy. If he is claiming unk status, we are in trouble. I am I am coffin status if Mick the Pick is claiming unk status. That is pretty dangerous. Coffin status. What do you, well, oh, is OG's after unk, right? So I'm OG status then. All right, let's go. So I was gonna pose a question to you guys. Pose a question. Bro, it hurts when I got friends at 23. I feel like a dinosaur for real. Well, I've been told worse. So just hold on to what you got, man. But look, so real quick, since we're talking about unk status, let me plug this thing in. Like not literally, but make the pick. Thanks for joining the chat. I'm assuming I don't want to out anyone, but the poll has 3 votes, and you just came in here talking about your unk status. You be with media says B Day year 19XX, I guess equals unk. So I was talking to like I remember recently I was talking to my kids and we it came up something about oops, got that. So it came up something about 19, I just said like my birth year. Obviously it's in the 19. And I remember getting a look from my son like I don't think he's really gone that far or learned about like not being in the 2000s. I don't think he's questioned that even though, they could count, but I don't think he's questioned that. So all right, so here's the first one. So this is I'm going raw here. I pause. I'm I'm not. Woo. I'm. Yeah. I'm not going. I'm not gonna say that again. I am. I'm improving this. Okay. Not going as what I just said. Not gonna say that again. All right. So if you guys know who this is Larenz Tate. And Lorenz Tate, he has the energy of um. Look how old. So this, I'll just sneak it. Not even have to sneak it. This is how old this guy is. 50 years old. So I'm not 50. I can guarantee you that at 50 years old, most people don't look like this. Now, it could he not be unk status because he just looks young, or is unk status strictly about the years? Like, because in my opinion, people act older than they actually are, and I don't feel right about that because I feel like some people they just act a lot, they act a lot older, and then there are older people who act a lot younger, like not trying to fit in. They just don't have old vibes, and I'm not that. I'm that type of person. All right, let me catch up in the chat. Okay. Mick the Pick asked a question. He's playing on the words of Sucker for Love. Can an unk be a sucker for love? Absolutely. Unks are probably possibly the first generation of sucker for loves because when you go back before unks, when you go to the OGs and the coffin status, definitely the coffin status, like the generation prior to mine, they were not sucker for loves, man. They didn't care. Papa was a Rolling Stone. You look at the music, right? A lot of the music will highlight and detail the type of suckers they were. They was not sucker for loves. Okay, you be with media says nah. I guess nah to that question. If you saw or acted in Love Jones, you unk. Okay, so Larenz Tate, who's on the screen, famously played in the movie Love Jones. See, but that's the thing. So then you got people like, let's go on the female side because y'all don't be calling people. I guess you do call people auntie, but like, so who Nia Long? That's where we was going. Oh my God, what a day! Oh, what a day. Mm. Do you think Anthony Bourdain would have been considered Unc? Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's older than Unc. He's OG. He was a Unc. He was a Unc when he was thriving on TV. Yeah. So this is not Auntie to me, man. I don't know. I don't know. She's not giving Auntie vibes. Whew. Yeah, we can't do this. My numbers might go up. We can't do this. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't think that the aunties and the unc, I think unc is a little bit more harsh than aunties. Actually, aunties could be harsh, but at the same time, I think people are more willing to throw out unc before they throw out aunties because you probably get smacked if you call the wrong person auntie. Nobody gonna smack you if you say unc to a dude who's from. Uh-oh, we got something going on. He was a passport bro. Oh my God. Okay, if you talking about you talk, oh, you talking about Anthony Bourdain? I'm not talking about him. I like this show, man. That's all I'll say. Oh yeah, I gotta get off this. I can't have this. I need somebody else to look up because this ain't it. Who's oh you know what with this one Boris? So so this is a yeah, I ain't going there, but this is a dude who has like a young look. I mean, Will Smith is kind of getting close to the aging. You're starting to see the aging, but come on, these guys like have this is Uncle or is this OG? You goddamn right. You be with media. Nia Long looks absolute for her age. I didn't. I guess I didn't see that last part where it says equals auntie. Oh, so you're saying Nia Long looks good for her age. So that when you tell somebody, "Oh, you look good for your age," that equals auntie. No, Steve Harvey's not Unc. Mick the Pick. No, you got me all screwed up, man. You got me all screwed up. There's no way he's Unc. Steve Harvey? Steve Harvey was Unc when I was a kid. No, you see that, and that's why I don't. That come on, man. This ain't Unc, bro. This can't be Unc. Come on, you. This ain't Unc.
About my business.
That can't be Unc. Yeah, no, no, that's not Unc, man. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. See you, Unc. So make the pick. I'm not gonna break down what goes past OG, but Unc, if you claiming Unc, like you're literally like an uncle. You're not supposed to have grandkids. You're not supposed to be Unc and have grandkids, right? Some people, there's always an edge. There's always people who kind of break it, but yeah, nah, nah, yeah, yeah. You be with media says Steve Harvey say Young Blood. Yeah, that's OG. That's either OG or you from the '60s. Steve Harvey, I'm guessing, was born in the '60s. Where we at? See, oh my God, 57, bro. He was born in 50. You trying to say a man that was born in 57 is Unc status? Unc status? So you Unc status. I'm Unk status. You think we in the same position as him? Yo, there's we not even going to get our prostate checked yet. Like what no man. No man, you bugging. There's no way. Absolutely no way. That's shameful. Throw out who else you got? Who I need to know who else you think is Unk status, Mick the Pick. Who else you think is Unk status? This is incredible. Oh, okay. So So since we going down that path, you saying that Cedric the Entertainer's unk status too? That's what you saying? Nah, man, these is grown. Some of them they probably great grandfathers. Come on, nope, nope. It's not. They lowering the age, sir. But I had my checkup not too long ago, and I'm not in prostate territory. Thank you very much. You could cough all you want, but they ain't got me. I don't know if it's cause of whatever shows up in people's labs, but no, no, we not having that conversation yet. And I'm still playing ball. So I saw your message earlier about if you still on the court, if you ain't supposed to be on the court, then you unk status. I find that highly offensive. But we still got the nostalgia going. See, if you see Shaq on the court, you don't say nothing, though, right? If you see Shaq on the court, you don't say nothing. That's what it is. We trying to have yeah, and rip to my man, rip to Anthony Mason, man. Anthony Mason would have told you about yourself. What's that old what? Yeah, since so far we New Yorkers in here. What's the old Go New York song? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, man. Look, I probably haven't taken this joint out of the joint because they got a plastic and it's in a sleeve. I probably haven't taken this out since I was a kid. Make the pick. Yeah, man. I gotta figure out what to do. So it's funny that I found these cards and not found, but I went and looked through these cards and I went to my son's basketball practice and I said something to a guy. He had his son. He was training with little boy, but that's some of the people think it's smart to start the kids young. And I mentioned something about cards. Next thing you know, he's telling me how much money he has sold cards for. He was saying he had a card that sold for like 18,000, and I was like, God damn, I need to go check out what I got. That's not what triggered me to do this, but definitely there's some overlap there. Young head don't know them cards. You proven unk. Well, I'm not gonna say so when they have an unk line. Look at this. Look how fresh this joint is. Look at how fresh. Look, look at that, man. I'm sure I haven't taken this card out the sleeve since I was a kid. This is a 92, 93 Flair. Um, wow. In the background of it, you could see what's his name, Brian Scott. If it's probably not that clear, but that number four, that's a Byron Scott with hair, Coach Byron Scott. Yo, I ain't buying no cards right now, man. We talking about unks out here buying cards. Look, I know it's the topic for the night, so you can troll me all you want. I'm not saying that I'm not unk status, um, but at the same time, I'm trying to understand it more. See, if we don't have this conversation, Mick the Pick walking around, say every time he spots somebody gray hair, he just call him unk, and that ain't right. That is not right. Unk status. Come on, man. I've been kicked out of better homes than this. All right, so I'm glad you guys jumped in here. Like I said, man, I got some good energy tonight. 1% increase. You see the lights in the background. They not up yet, but they there. And I got a little remote. So look, I don't gotta do all the little stuff, but I didn't buy these lights. I was helping a friend move, cause my hands still work and my knees they still work. So I was helping a friend move, and he had random lights, and he was like, "Yo, you want those?" I was like, "Absolutely." Make the pick. Yo, we buying some cards. Unk is a vibe though. Yeah, man. I hope so. Uh, nah, that's a fact. In my opinion, gray is Unk. Nah, there's some guys that go gray in their 20s, man. You can't. So as a guy, you be with media. One of the things you got to be very careful of is I don't laugh at nobody hairline. I remember it's story time. Story time.
About my business.
So I remember a very close friend of mine. Everybody was good in a, let's just call it, they sexy era, right? They were at the top of where they wanted to be at the time. They was in that sexy era. And excuse me, I didn't mean to say that word. I don't want people to start jumping in here just because of that, right? So they was in a sexy era, and we were playing ball. We were on the same team. I remember we were in Westchester, and one of my friends was laughing at my other's friend, like, "Yo, your hairline is getting a little light right there," and it was like during the game, and I remember internalizing it because it's one of those moments. Wave check. It's one of those moments where you just laugh on the inside because you don't want nobody to see you laugh or whatever. So my thing is I learned very young, like, just be very careful of what you laugh at, or how you not really bully but insulting people, because that thing is going to come back on you. So I was pretty, averagely nice to people. So he said that to my friend about his hairline, and I I won't say I lied to you, not, but I'm gonna tell a story as if this is exactly how it happened, even though it's a little fluff. Uh, I remember the following weeks, I started to see the one who said the joke. I started to see his hairline, like, not his hairline, he started balding, almost like in real time. He was balding, and I didn't even, when I saw it, I didn't say nothing. I ain't say nothing. If you are balding, if you have a receding hairline, if if you want me to tell you, you're not gonna get it from me. That is not my territory. It's not my job. I don't feel obligated because look, we could do this. When you really get unk status, when you get unk status, you start to get more critical of your hair. So your hair might start thinning out. So my hair is thinning out, like, not thinning out. So I got the follicles, right? The follicles are there, but the hair is thinner than it was. It's not as thick as it was. But the ability to get a shape up, it's a big thing for many people and guys. That's why when I grow it out, I don't even be worried about all that because I got friends that can't grow it out no more. That's unk status. That's unk status. That maturity, right? I ain't trying to fool nobody with this hat. That's not what this is about. I've been wearing hats my whole life. That's all that is. I ain't trying to fool nobody. Unk, what you sipping on? What you think? I'm sipping on that Ripper. I got the Ripper going. All right, guys, we're still at 3 votes. 3 votes. We talking unk status Who's your favorite unk out there, man? Hat fishing? No, no, you ain't got me hat fishing out here, bro. Look, if the grays is in the beard, that don't they it don't. What you think? This is fake? Come on, man. I had dreads a couple years ago. You better get out of here with that. You better get out of here with that. It's Friday night, guys, man. We did it. Day 18. Mad Dog. Now I ain't drinking no Mad Dog. So I chopped up, like I said, I chopped up. I'm lying about what? What you think I'm lying about? The hat fishing? Yeah, hold on, hold on. So I was editing today. I finally got this short like a highlight short of day 15 crown on ENJ. I mean, I'm not look, I'm not telling. I love you guys, but there ain't enough people in the chat for me to be telling what I'm drinking on in here. That's there ain't enough for me to embarrass myself. But it ain't no Mad Dog, it ain't no Ripper. It ain't no Ripper. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, so that's cool. We could keep going back to the unk status. But before you jumped in here, make the pick and you be with media. I wanted to talk a little bit about goats and the conversation of goats because people were so I guess enthused about just goats. We need a greatest of all time, right? We need a goat for everything. So I'm sure we just made some new goats in the Winter Olympics. And when the Olympics are in the U.S. coming up, the Summer Olympics, we're gonna make some more goats, and we got a new female boxing goat or the GWOAT, and everything is about goat. Like, what is your favorite goat conversation? Because I kind of sit back and eat popcorn and listen to people go back and forth and try to, you know, break the argument down because it's usually not a balanced argument. Like the LeBron James is on the horizon. That conversation is coming very soon. Very soon. I don't have any shams feedback, but that conversation is coming very soon. Oh yeah, you trying to be unk status for real. You called it uncle status. Unk don't care. He gonna talk his ish. I ain't Unk. I'm not Unk, man. I'm not Unk. All right, let's see. Let's see what we gonna do now. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the stream. If you wanted to talk a little bit about the GOAT, stream has been going for 50 minutes. I'm having fun. Like I said, I have really good energy. I was outside actually working on, not really working on because it's to me like I said, a pretty fast, not pretty fast. I'm not about to say I make a beat in 5 minutes, but I'm working on the next short for thaw season while the snow is still here, and I just filmed something tonight. Hopefully, I got something out of it, but we'll see. We shall see. Uh, Let me see. Last one. No, you could keep them going, man. Don't. Don't do the last one. Keep it going. Uh-oh, what's about to happen in here? I don't know. They let me off. I guess this whatever's in this cup. I'm trying to see you. Maybe I'm gonna call up some unks, man. Let's go. Let's call up some unks. See if the unks is sleeping right now.
Definitely sleep. Well, about to sleep.
Nah,
Oh,
nah, 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 nah. We having a conversation. What's up, unk?
wait, who? Somebody else is on this call?
Nah, I was talking to you because my chat is saying if your birthday's in 19XX, then you definitely a unk. Are you not a unk? Does that not define? Do you feel like a unk or you not a unk?
I'll take unk status. I don't feel like an unk, but I'll take the unk status. I'm a
Oh,
few
nah.
years.
You
I'm a
trying to
few
flip
years from
it?
OG.
You a few
45 is OG.
40? Nah, but is it really the years or is it like how you operate?
It's the age. It don't matter.
It does matter. Look at Larenz Tate. Like,
Well, the young generation is setting the tone.
oh, you just
No,
gonna let them set the tone?
they got it.
Nah.
They say what's in.
Nah, they ain't got no money. My boy was telling me that the stimulus
They
check
got a
season
voice.
is over.
Oh shit. They got a voice.
Yeah, he said the
A voice
stimulus
is all they
check
need.
season. Why you? But I'm saying you definitely unk if you going to bed right now. Like the night is young. Who's your favorite goat, by the way?
The night it's midnight. It's actually the next day.
Yeah, but we started this. It's day 18. Day 18. This is my 18th straight day streaming.
Okay.
And you my
All right.
first
That's good
phone
news.
call.
Okay.
All right, so the
All
next
right.
time you get on, you gotta bring that energy after you finish the Epsom salt bath and all of
You wrote a
that.
couple of things down before you
I
got your
didn't
shirt
write
off.
you.
Okay.
Hey, you know I'm off the top. I
Okay.
pause. I do what I do.
Wait, you just said this the young niggas ain't got no money, but you playing their game. That pause shit, that's not the kids game.
Pause is a kids game. When do you think pause came out? What is
The,
going on here?
hold on, so people of our age don't still play that game?
I'm pretty sure you and I have played this game. We
I'm just
we
saying
we
in
don't
general.
have in
That's what
in.
we do.
I think you could get away with not playing it if you don't want to play it. I mean, in general, the older you get, I ain't got time for games.
But I'm saying like that's the young people game. Like they play that consistently.
Chat, what do you got? I got a few people still in the chat. Is pause a young person's game?
It's
Cause
definitely a young person's game.
yeah, I don't see it
It came
that
from the
way.
old school, but then I think once you reach a certain age now, you kind of like that. It kind of fades out.
Do you get phased out or does it just fade out? Oh, they said that's a unk response.
Wait, what's the response?
You, I don't know. I wasn't following the chat exactly, but I think somebody's saying you got the unk response. Yeah, you gotta tighten that up. Pause, man.
See, see, Mano told y'all we ain't playing that no more.
Mm, mm.
But the young kids, you know what I'm saying? They say whatever. And they say every and anything, and every and anything is of sexual
Hold
purpose.
on, you if you say sexual, the people might they might give me the numbers, so don't say that.
They can give the numbers,
I don't want the numbers like that. I don't want the thirst traps. Yeah. Nah, we
but
can't
yeah,
do the
that
thirst trap. I'm a married man. We can't do that.
I want no parts of this part, bro.
Oh,
You
you
gotta
running
pause that
away?
too.
You running away?
Listen, listen. When you of a certain age, when you unk status, you take pride in not being involved in other people's relationship, potential
Oh,
relationship issues.
Potential relationship issues.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's soft. Yo, the old rules is like that's not if you having relationship issues, that's on you, brother. Like I could get away with
Yeah,
mine. I get in trouble all the time. I get my
yeah.
ass.
Regardless, is it okay if I want no parts of that?
That's your choice. To
I'm
each
in a
his
relationship
own.
too.
It's Black History Month. To each his own, man. Each one teach one.
I don't feel like it's been like that for a couple of decades now.
Oh, what it's been
I
like.
don't think each one for themselves.
Oh, so we gonna have teamwork now.
I mean, I feel like we had more teamwork back when in the 19 whatevers.
The 19
Hmm.
whatevers. Bro, they
Yeah,
not gonna
it's
age
2000
me.
and on.
I'm sorry, but
It's
I'm not.
2000 and on. They just tell on everybody. It's every man for themselves.
Mm, mm.
Every man for himself, B.
Yeah. No, I hear
Word.
you. I hear you. But yo, I ain't trying to
Anybody telling.
I ain't trying to interrupt your sleep or nothing. My last thing is we talking goats. I just wanted to know like who's your favorite goat? Do you like the goat conversation? You about that or you ain't with that?
It's sports like what
It
go
depends.
for what?
Yeah, what's your favorite goat? Like what's the favorite conversation or one that you hear repetitively? Is it the LeBron?
I definitely hear that one. But
Yeah,
more
make the
so,
pick. I got a guest on. It was unintentional, but I had a Discord link. I'll drop it in the chat if you want to come up. But I called my boy earlier, say, yo, I might give you a call tonight, depending on how it goes. And I was probably gonna do some prank calling, or I don't know if it's prank.
prank calling
I
this
don't know if
nigga.
it's prank calling, but it's cold calling. Like I
Yeah,
just wanted to
yeah.
call people, people
That's some
probably
old
that I
nigga
have.
shit.
Yeah, people. See, you trying to age me, bro.
Listen, that's old
This
nigga
is
shit. Young boys don't do that.
young boys don't. Yo, when you finally figure out that young dudes do exactly what old dudes did when they was young, that's gonna be the day. You gonna be like, it's the same shit, bro. It's the same
All right.
shit.
So, what age group are we referring to when we say young? Because I'm talking about niggas in their 20s.
I divide the world into you either got money or you don't got money.
So, what's the minimum to make that to cross over into got money?
I think in your late 20s, like in general, most people would have gotten out of college or whatever they do and found themselves in their profession and got their stuff together. If they had kids young, they would have figured all of that out and now they into a new arc. So you got to get closer to 30, right? Like in the math, I'm not talking like one person can't like make it, but I remember being 24 and every person I talked to talked that they was on their way to something and they wasn't on their way to nothing. So I don't
So it's not a number thing.
it not for everybody because everybody have different like you do these things at different stages. Like even me, I was late for what I was doing because I shouldn't have graduated at 24, but I was stupid. So in the chat,
Graduated
real
at what?
real real quick,
Not even
Ty,
a
let me
fucking.
just read this chat. Yeah, not snitching on you if it's on a podcast. Apparently, there's a lot of energy about how back when we was growing up, you couldn't be a street dude and be online like that or putting your business out there like that. And
Well,
you
there wasn't too much online.
that's not true though. I
And
mean
there
like
wasn't
just
too much online.
no, there was
What we had,
no well
it was AIM, if you want to call that online.
yeah.
MySpace, all those things we was serving a purpose, a specific purpose.
So
You wasn't really you
you
wasn't on
don't
there to
think
front.
that MySpace is comparable to the modern era where
No, not at all.
no,
The
it's
those
access.
platforms, yeah,
It's access. You could put
access.
whatever you want to put on those pages. So like
And what did you find on random pages?
what you mean?
What would you find?
All types of things.
All right, were you on MySpace?
Absolutely.
And what was when you would visit this platform? what are some of the things that would come up frequent?
Well, so I never been a user of the platform like that. I was more of a publisher. So even modern day, like I don't do social media because I'm not on there to see all the lies that people tell online. So people started lying back then. So once I knew that they was lying, I didn't go on those platforms for that. If I'm gonna tell the truth, I could publish my page in truth, but I'm not gonna sit there and be on the page while all your friends is lying like they got money and then they ask you for money to go to the chicken spot. So if that answered your question,
So
I
you,
hope so.
so you think so you think MySpace is comparable to
I'm
IG?
talking I'm talking I'm talking access. I'm saying the ability to go on something and promote something. I'm not saying that there was a monetary aspect that was being housed as far as like getting clout up and being able to monetize that. I'm saying that everyone that was in a certain age group had access to go online and publish stuff. So if we talking about being from the streets, because
And that's still not even the case because not everybody had a computer or had a phone.
no, man, you get it how you get it. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
anybody that
but
I spoke to that didn't have a MySpace page. It was
yeah,
that
but
big.
to access it though, you needed a phone or a computer.
Yeah, but you ain't on it
Now
all
every
night.
regardless of what though, you probably couldn't access it when you wanted to access it.
Yeah, no, don't get it twisted, bro. We was passing around 700 hour AOL disk. Like at the end of the day, don't
$700, $700.
700 hours. We was passing around free disc. We was opening up new emails to get free accounts. There was tons of ways to get access. Whether you was at a community
No,
center, the library, the like. I'm just saying, was
yeah,
was
nah,
was you wasn't going in no library. That's that's on
yeah, that's
you.
a fact.
That's on
Yeah,
you. I'm saying whether or not you can access these things. You like it's you saying it like people weren't able to date. Like if Black Planet wasn't a thing. If you was in a Boogie Down Bronx chat room, you was in there. You would this yo Ty, I'm gonna be honest with you. Going back to people that was doing the call lines, there was always a way to get what you wanted. So the difference was when you're doing street stuff, you keep that stuff away from this because it brings attention. That's just as simple as it is. The comment in the chat is about in today's world, for whatever reason, that putting that attention online in an online platform, it doesn't it's not getting the same blowback that it did prior to this era. That's not like a IG thing or whatever, Facebook and YouTube, Kick. That has nothing to do with the platform. That has to do with the fact that the culture understands that because people make money in different ways from this and they get monetized, they're willing to risk their freedom to get that clout. Did you just fall asleep?
no, nah, I'm listening.
Oh no, that was it. That was it. That was all I
Oh,
had. That was all I had. I didn't have no more than that. All right, let me just read this
yeah,
chat real quick because it gets hard to read. But you age out, not just online. They wanted to finish Superhead for her book. What? We did. I should read these before I say them out loud, though. We didn't have social
yeah, cause like,
media,
how, how
so
many superheads were there back then?
and again, you trying to get the chat bumping. I'm not with it. I ain't talking about no
Like for
Superhead.
real, like at that time, superhead was popping. Yes, baby.
Yeah.
Oh damn, how many superheads were there?
Nah, there was a whole video vixen era. You kidding me? The whole
How
video
many
vixen
superhead?
super. So
And
like,
now,
there's a whole
how
there,
many of those do you have now?
yo yo. How old is Bernice? What we doing here? How old is she? This
Bernice is like 40. It's like 40s or like late 30s.
you gonna make me do this? I don't even know how to spell this. That's how much I don't do the thirst traps. Okay. He's got her as a fashion icon. Yo, she 45 years old. Let me let
Yeah,
me let me throw we not supposed to.
1980, April 17th.
Yeah, that's old, bro. That's rounded up to 50.
Yeah,
How?
yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is she's been on the scene for a very long time.
And she was one of the popping ones. But
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
but
saying
we
is,
had where you think Melissa Ford comes from? Like we had video vixens.
I'm not saying that.
Hey,
Th-
yo, my Unc status. Yo, tell her unks to put their kids to bed.
Kevin,
Unc
daddy's on a very important
status.
stream. Okay.
Oh, it's not that important. And look, in the chat they said Bernice is a grandmother. Ain't
It's still
nobody,
hot.
ain't nobody. Look, it ain't about hot because right, because I was saying Nia Long. So ain't nobody out here, ain't nobody
Hold
out
on.
here calling her auntie.
What's hold on. Back a bit. What's hold on, let me look up Drea.
Oh, he got so. My guess is going to his bag to get his favorites.
Nah, this ain't my favorite. I'm saying like he look. Drea is 41 and she just scooped the little the
Oh,
basketball
that
star.
girl. Oh my God.
Yeah,
But yeah, we had those, man. We had the
that's what I'm saying. Like
vixens.
so they still popping.
No, I don't know the argument. What I'm saying is you said you were saying that that culture is more of a now thing, and I'm saying that that always existed. You said because we didn't have the access, we didn't have all of that going on, and I'm saying yes, we did actually have all of that going on. We were just engaged in a slightly different ways because the culture was into like music videos, right? And the rappers kind of own the culture. Now there's money in all types of scams and streams, so the money's gonna bring all the other people, and we're in this whole world of clout. Because remember, the original conversation is about why are not the original, but what was said in the chat is, you know, you got people that's doing street stuff and they bringing it online. And what's different now than it was back then? Only thing I could think of is the monetization of you could monetize anything you want now. You just got to talk about it. You wasn't gonna make money if you said if you put something online before, you wasn't gonna make money off of it. So what was the point? You know what I mean? What
You
was
talking
the
about before? Back when?
yeah, before. What was the point? What was the point? Because you wasn't making money off of it. You put yourself at risk. There's still a risk today.
Nah, books. Books was the go to back then. Is you writing your book?
You said books?
Yeah,
When is the back then and how many books? What are you talking about? Let me
that's
understand.
what the poppin' shorties would write a book. They tell all about all the shit,
Oh,
all the
yeah, but
they
that's
were.
not the tell-all's not even from our culture. That's just a general thing. Monica Lewinsky got a tell all. Like that's not a point that overlaps with like this cultural movement. When I'm talking about the old school AOL and MySpace and the access, I'm not talking about it from just a generalized culture perspective. I'm always going to stay from the hip hop culture, from the street culture, and that's two different things. They weren't writing books like that. There's a handful of people that got books that people even care about. Like they age out quick.
Mm.
They last a whole lot longer now. Bernice out here, 45 years old. 45 years old. Still can't read the
She might be the
credits.
Jay Z.
Still can't read the
Yo, stop.
credits. Oh, I'm sorry. My
She
bad.
might.
My guest said that. You
She might.
shouldn't even say that about you shouldn't say that about people like that.
Nah.
In in the chat in the chat it says AIM was lit, MySpace was dope, AOL chat rooms. See, and this my guy Mick the Pick. He only 30 years old talking about how lit this stuff
I'm
was.
about to say, if he know about that, then he could definitely be much younger than us. Because 10
Yeah.
years is a big difference.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It
a
is.
great difference.
Yeah, it is.
30, when we was 20, he was 10.
Mhm.
Respectfully. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I agree with you. Drea is a predator, so you brought that up. And then once you say predator, then the next comment is who is she? Because I'm gonna look her ass up. Uh,
Wait,
You didn't know about Dre,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
everybody didn't know about Dre?
I know from the just the just pop culture and the blowback pause from
You got
her
sleepers.
from from her being with the young dude. But she was
Yeah.
also getting I think she was getting evicted because of the crib from the previous situation with the other pro athlete. Yeah, he put that's crazy. I just looked it up on YouTube. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to throw. I ain't into that business of having that type of energy. But yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. She's out there. He goes, geez. Yeah, geez meant that he just went through a couple photos.
Yeah.
He's like, geez, that's not right what she's doing. But let me just check
Just
out
accept
these
it. We love it.
photos real quick.
But Bill D, let me step off. Let me take care of this
Yeah,
kid,
yeah.
yo.
All right, player. Well, thanks for being my first guest. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, champ.
We gonna do this again, champ. He try to insult me with the champ. We know I ain't
Nah,
doing
nah,
it.
nah.
The
My
champ is
fault, big
here.
dog.
Oh,
Big
you
dog,
going
you
big
got it.
dog. You got any
We going big
others?
dog.
You got any? What you gonna say? Cease. We out of here. Peace. What you gonna do?
Nah, nah, peace out. I'm outie, yo.
You Audi? Audi
I'm outie.
500.
I'm outie
Audi
5,000.
5,000. Yeah, that unk life is
Yeah.
crazy. All right, boy.
All right, boy. One.
Peace. Yeah, guys, I hope that wasn't too disruptive. I just did it off the cuff. It was random. I enjoyed it. Just talking to my boy. He's definitely one. I'm gonna bring him up for sure. He's one of the more colorful people that I speak to on the daily. I got some friends that I'm trying to get on here. I'm sorry if I wasn't able to manage the chat as well. That was a little bit much for me. Uh, Let me see how the stream is doing. Because if I see some people in here, I might have to drop this Discord link and it might get wild in here. Make the pick. Let me know if you need me to drop this link. Let me know. I know you just saw what you saw. Yeah, so we've been going for hour 13. It's almost 12:30 here on the East Coast. We don't have to go too much longer, but I mean, if it's a party, it's a party. It's Friday, it's party time. We get into the bottom of Unk status. I think we did a good job tonight. We did a good job of setting the basis of what Unk status is. Um, yeah, let me give me one sec. I'm gonna just play this Star Season video since I got another one coming and it's gonna be sound on this one. I pulled up one of my old favorite joints, so it's gonna take 60 seconds. I'll be right back. I just want to get all these screens reorganized so I could check the numbers. Since I had that phone call. All right, cool. That was enough. That was enough. And I did get these screens organized as much as I didn't think I was gonna be able to that quick. Uh, but thanks, guys. Really, really appreciate the love. One day, this is gonna be a super special moment. Things are coming together. You see the lights. You see the lights. I know you see the lights. I watch so much content over the years, and I don't I don't just watch the content. I go so much deeper, and I study. I would say I study the content. I'm working on this lisp that I'm having on the mic. I think talking so much got my muscles a little off, but I'm trying to get some sleep. It's hard because I come on here and I prepare and we bring this good energy. But yeah, this is one of the better, more fun. If we had to go, up or down, this has definitely been a really cool stream. But yeah, it's winding down. Somewhat of a energy. You could feel it. We didn't do that great on the numbers today, but that's super fine. Not really concerned with that. Let me just check the poll to see if we had anyone else. Nope, no one else, but that's okay. So, from a percentage basis, because you always get the numbers to tell you what you want them to. So that's why you got to be careful. I know Hove's line, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. But people be lying because people be lying with the numbers. And what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna lie because you guys are here, so you could hear the evidence. So there's been 3 votes, but I'm gonna read it off differently. So be honest. Are you a unk yet? Is the poll. So it's 67%. Now 67% could be, it could be 67 out of 100. It just so happens today that that's two. In the future, that might be 67 out of 100. So they said 67% says I'm officially unk. Uh, 0% says I'm approaching unk status. 0% says I refuse to age. I'm probably in that category. They don't let me vote since I posted the vote, but I'm probably in that category because I like to lie to myself in the mirror. Don't lie to my kids, but I lie to myself. And 33% says I'm still young out here. Out here. I'm still young out here is probably what that says. 33%. So I did have an early voter that came in, and that's probably who that was, and they did claim that they were young, which is cool. We all wish we were a little bit younger, but there's a weird thing about, like for me at least, being young, dumb, and broke, right? And then getting a little bit older, still a little bit dumb, a little bit of money, and then old, super smart, money to function, but you're old, right? So these things all have you got to have a balance to it. So I try not to be too old because then I kind of reach the top of each of those values. But yeah, if there's anything that you guys wanted me to address, I would say that the goat conversation didn't really go off as much yet, so we'll try to carry that over into another stream. Um, for now, I mean, I would answer the question that I've been asking. I ask a question about like what are some of the GOAT conversations that you always hear? Obviously, basketball, boxing, singing, but maybe we could drill down a little bit further, right? Maybe we could find out like who's the GOAT of Green Eyed Soul, right? Like who's the GOAT between Michael Jackson and Prince? Has it been enough years? Is there like a safe conversation where we can capture GOAT status around something in particular? Like we know LeBron James is the GOAT of being the most mature athlete to enter the game ever. No, scandalous athlete, at least for now. LeBron James. He's the GOAT of that. Almost not debatable. Almost not debatable. But yeah, man, this was fun. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Really enjoyed this stream. I enjoyed the energy. I would tell you what's to come next week. I am I've been working. I've been working on figuring out now that I have the whole camera, I'm comfortable with the camera that I'm using on the stream. I got the right plugins in OBS so that I'm getting comfortable with the vertical view, which is not as sexy as the other view because with the vertical view, I can't do as many like tricks as I could with the other view because it's kind of like jammed up into this vertical window. Is she Auntie series? Who Auntie series? Who is that? Who you talking about? You be with media. Who's the Auntie series? We need to know. Let's bring Auntie front and center. Who is she? Maybe we'll have a little. Maybe I'll share that as we go. I don't even know if did I mention someone. Oh, I think UB was watching the stream and it's like super delayed. So I'll just I think it's delayed because when he says very debatable, I was saying that LeBron is it's not debatable that LeBron is the GOAT of being the most mature athlete of all time. He was a man child who was able to, unlike a lot of others, um, take on an environment, become the best player in an old league, and be young, and really not make mistakes that you can really call out. A lot of his mistakes were made within the game, not off the court. Not a lot of personal drama. There's some things here and there that you hear about. You'll probably hear more as he leaves the game because they want to keep that story alive. But I would say if you could have taken him down, they would have. So they can't, and that's good. And I appreciate him. Aunt Nia. Oh man. Oh, you want me to do a Is She Auntie series. You want me to spoil my opportunity. You not Nia, man. Not Nia. Can't do it. Even though I would tell you this, I've seen her online presence ever since like her issue with um I forgot the guy's name, the one that was the Celtics coach that had that big controversy. I would the personality. There's something off there. There's something that I'd rather just keep the look and not the person. There's something there that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, but still one of the top. Let's just keep her. Let's keep her off the internet streets. Oh, we got a shout out to GDG. GDG means goddamn girl. Yeah, we gotta get a soundboard item for GDG. We gotta get a yeah, we gonna do it. Yeah, pretty girls are like that. Yeah, I mean it's taught, right? They just respond to their environment, and their environment has been putting them up on a pedestal, just like athletes. Athletes they get put up on a pedestal at a young age, and how you handle that, like I always look at them as not being real people because they don't know what it's like to do real things, right? They don't really understand it. I always, and not to say I always, but I've brought up this on the stream before. If you get the chance to check out Ben Simmons, I don't know, is you be with media. I think Ben Simmons, a Mount Vernon High School native. He had a pretty good article in the Players Tribune about the depression that he has gone through since not being on that stage before. I'm pretty sure collectively he's made over 100 millions of dollars, and a lot of pro athletes it doesn't necessarily work out over time, but for him, he tells a dark story of how when his name isn't being called and he can't support his family the same way, that they start feeling different and they don't understand like the where he's at with it, you know. So he went through a depression, and he had some run-ins with the law because of those issues. And when I read it, I've always known as not being somebody who made it professionally. I've never made a dollar. I've played on teams that have sponsored stuff or have given little stipends here, but um, I have never been at that level. So I don't know what it's like, but I know what it's like to be a regular person who got to wake up and go to work 9 to 5 and don't go to practice for work. I know what that's like. So when you got to do that, that's a different lane. Just like if you in the streets and or you doing scamming, you doing something illegal. I don't know or care what any of that stuff is like, but I do know what it's like to wake up and work a 9 to 5. I do know that. So you be with media. He's closing out the goodness in the chat with GDG X is she Auntie collab. So he's saying he wants me to do a goddamn girl collab with is she Auntie collab. I'll think about the is she Auntie thing, but I'm gonna need help with that. I mean, I definitely gonna need help with the formatting of what that looks like. I don't think that fits the vertical. It fits, but the people who we get, like I said, I think I definitely could see that there's a younger audience that's sitting here swiping. Some interesting things I learned today about going to the live tab on YouTube. They don't have as much stuff in there as I thought they would have, or for whatever reason they're not like loading more. But maybe there is a way to break into the tab, like the live tab in the horizontal. Yeah, UB was said Ben Gordon. Yeah, Mr. Ben Gordon. I hope all is well, Mr. Ben Gordon. When I met you, you were. I wish you would understand. That you've met so many people. So I'm just a little scratch of the surface. But when I met you, I don't think I've ever met someone so like arrogant in my space that even though you were in a gym, none of us mattered at that moment. It never really like hurt my feelings or anything, but it was interesting to start learning from a high school age what being an elite athlete was like. I'm guessing it's a choice to be like that, but there was definitely a lot of arrogance, and there was already a distance that was being created socially with knowing um, his trajectory and the lack of trajectory that everyone else had. So it's interesting feeling. I remember sitting. I don't want to tell the whole story, but I remember sitting in the next seat. Last stream I was talking about my experience sitting in the third row at a Knick playoff game. So it's funny that now I'm talking about another NBA player. But yeah, Ben Gordon was like sitting right next to where I was. He was at my gym. He came down from Mount Vernon. Some of the guys that actually helped, not helping to get in the Yukon because he definitely got there, but I knew the guys that used to take him to Yukon to go visit coach, like when you go on the visits and you keep linking with the team. So it's really hard. The teams don't really have a way to coordinate that like during the season. So usually you get some like sort of somebody to sponsor that event. He got game kind of details it where like the uncle is kind of his sponsor. Even though Jesus Shuttlesworth is taking care of himself, that's where one of the famous quotes about "Let me wet my beak." That and that same guy he played Radio Raheem and Do the Right Thing. But yeah, so he was like the sponsor of Jesus Shuttlesworth, to be able to take him to the school to Ball State, So it was very similar. So the guys that were, I don't want to say handlers because that's a different, a different word. Yo, I gotta hop off. Thanks, Darnell. Awesome stream tonight. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So you hung out with me. We did a great job. I will see you again. Don't be a sucker for love. Yeah, we're working on that. We're working on the audio of Don't Be a Sucker for Love. I take that as a suggestion for sure. When I see that it's stuck, and it's organic. Uh, you be what? Thanks for shouting them out, man. Yeah, so the handlers, so to speak, of Ben Gordon at the time, I knew them pretty well, and we used to they brought him down to play basketball. I mean, not because he was going to get anything, because he was already good enough to be, where he was. He ended up going to UConn for 3 years, graduated in 3 years. Shows how super smart he was. They were on a different program and got to the league. But yeah, man, um, I see a few people just join. If you want to take the poll, I have been on here for an hour and a half, and we've been mainly discussing like unk status, and I pulled up some things. We're having trouble deciphering the difference between aunties and unk status, and there's some suggestions in the chat that we should do a series about is she auntie, a whole series. So I'll definitely give that some consideration. I don't want to be hurtful to people. That's my only initial drawback, is that I don't want to be hurtful. But I think it's a fun conversation to have. Just so that we all know where we stand. I'm being told I'm unk status. I'm slowly approaching OG. Some people want to have years. Me personally, because I know what it's like to sit next to a friend in their early 40s and for them to tell me how old they are, how old they feel. I don't have those feelings, and I don't talk about how old I am. And I definitely usually have way more on my plate than that person. So it's a state of mind sometimes. You be with media says this unk is signing off. Night guys. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. If you have any suggestions, you know how to reach me. I definitely gotta add to my soundboard. I'm gonna try to get some goddamn girl stuff in there. Goddamn girl. I don't. I wish I had like a Chris Tucker voice saying "goddamn girl." That'd be pretty cool. Um, I think he says "damn girl" in Friday. But we'll hang on for a couple minutes to see what's going on. If anyone's in the chat or want to take the poll, I'll hang on. But you be well. Have a good night, man. It was cool. This is this is my lowest amount of views since I've been going live Friday night. I don't know if I was super aware last Friday that I did this. Um, and I don't know if that has a correlation. What I was gonna say is, regardless of having the lowest views, this stream was awesome. We had our first guest. I took a call. I can't wait to hear that back to see how that was. I would say that my guest has a whole lot more to offer. I think I bombarded him with the conversation. I hope I let him speak. Um, I'm trying to learn learn from people I see. Nori, who is an interesting interviewer. I'm not sure I really want. I didn't wasn't really interviewing him, just hanging out or whatever. I am ready to drop a Discord link. In fact, I guess there's a couple platforms that if I could reach people that want to come in, they're more than willing to come in when we get to that point. And we'll see. We'll take it from there. So I think we reached a really good point, man. Really good point. Well, I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think anyone else is left in here, and I'm not waiting for YouTube to do another bump. That's just my choice. Stick around. If you're watching this on a replay, if it gets posted, thanks for watching. I appreciate you watching. Subscribe if you must. I'm gonna sign out. My name is Darnell Just Talking. I hope you get used to seeing me more. I'm gonna be on this platform. We're gonna make this work. Don't be a sucker for love. Peace. Today is day 15. 15th straight day of myself coming on here streaming. In many places, where you grow up determines how you operate. Like Kendrick Lamar. I went from just being a regular dude to a dad to Unc to OG. When I go play basketball, I'm considered OG, as if I'm out there throwing hook shots or something. Make the Pick says, I think that the 90s, 2000s internet felt more special, like nostalgic, right? Is the internet more impactful today from an information standpoint today than it is in the 90s? There's a lack of diversity. You have people that see the internet as social media, and that's very sad, because if social media is the internet, then all of your information is going to be confined. If you have children, or if you're going to have children, or if you engage with children, please be honest with them. That is my only request. I have never been more honest than after I had my children. I like when I build something for people to be impacted, and I actually believe that videos, whether it's modern